So, guys, what's going on? So, here's another story that goes in line with the last couple of videos I did about taxes and property taxes and all this stuff. In New York City, this is in Brooklyn. A guy, I believe this is Flatbush, think of Biggie Smalls. He has a house and he didn't pay the water bill, whatever the water bill is. Now, I could tell you from where I live in the city, if it's a multi-family house, the water bills every quarter, so you get 4 water bills a month. They're usually between $500 and $600. And this guy wasn't paying the water bill. Water bill and property taxes are two things that the government or the city or whatever you want to call it could take your house. If you don't pay Con Ed, if you don't pay the cable bill, if you don't pay, the gardener, they don't care about that. That's, I call that federal. They don't care about that. The only thing that's federal is property tax and water bill. And if you don't pay your property tax or your water bill, they'll send you a notice once, twice, 3 times. Actually, it could go on for over a year where they'll keep sending you notices, and they just take your house. They can put a lien up against the house. They can take the house. New York City, the way that city is run, I don't know about the whole state, but definitely the city. If they can, they'll take your property. That's what they did with this guy. Now, he didn't pay his water bill, or he said he forgot to pay his water bill. It's not like they send you a water bill, you don't pay it, and they take your home. Usually you get a lot of chances, I would say. Like, it goes on. From what I understand, I've never not paid my water bill. It's on automatic, but if you don't pay a bill with the city, at least, you get a lot of reminders. They'll keep sending you letters that your bill isn't paid. And I think, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if they even send somebody out to the property, because they might think it's abandoned, to see what's going on, to tell you that you owe money. So how this guy is saying, well, I forgot to pay my water bill and the city's taking my house. It's not that easy. But this is another thing of property tax, water bill. You truly don't own your home. Don't pay your property tax, they're taking your house. You don't own your house, you're renting it from the government. Don't pay the water bill, which is federal. That's the same, I guess, that's kind of the same as a property tax, as I'm concerned. They'll take your house. They'll put a lien up against it. They'll take it. Years ago, the water bill was included within the property tax. I'm talking a long time ago. I don't think you got like a separate water bill. Now all these houses have a water meter, so it's just a bill, an extra bill, extra tax, whatever the hell you want to call it, on top of your house. Places like Florida are looking to abolish property tax. Some other states are looking to do things with property tax. Mostly states, it looks like down south, they go back and forth with things like property tax. Florida is the first state that came out. Governor DeSantis came out to basically say, I want to abolish property tax on primary residence, on your home. Water bill is a whole separate thing. But this is it. Don't pay your property tax. Don't pay your water bill. They'll come and get you. This was just happening last month. I was reading about this. Flatbush, Brooklyn. I was there maybe a couple of months ago. It is what it is. Like I said, think of Biggie Smalls, and that's Flatbush. They got these houses. These houses are all connected. When you go into in like these neighborhoods, the houses are almost like townhouses, the way they're built. They're all like brick houses. They're all kind of connected to one another. And that's just the way they are. Bronx, Brooklyn. But, yeah, man, don't pray. I didn't pay my water bill. City takes you home. Then you have to hire lawyers and do all sorts of stuff. This guy, whatever, he's in the news for it. They're kind of making it that, they're taking the house from him, almost like it's not justified. But it actually, to take somebody, and the water bill, I believe, that he owes is like a couple of $1,000. It's like $1,000, something like that. I've read a couple of different articles, and I think it's in like thousands, couple of thousands. You don't pay your water bill, and that's serious. At least in New York City, it is. And that's the problem that you have, at least in cities like a New York City, where even your water bill, which shouldn't be that expensive, they're hundreds of dollars, and they accumulate to thousands of dollars, and then there's penalties on top of that, and all sorts of stuff happens. The only thing with this story is usually if you don't pay your water bill, they turn the water off. I think there's more to this story. And the reason why I say that is, again, if you don't pay a bill, like a water bill or even a property tax in New York City, you get reminders, you get warnings. With the water bill, they'll possibly come to the house and turn the water off physically before they really make a move to take your house. So I'm assuming this went on for some time. How this guy didn't know, I don't know. Does he not check his mail? Does he not use water? I mean, I don't know. But that is it. So please leave a comment below. I love to read your comment. This is just, like I said, another story in the long line of things about property taxes and home ownership and why people can't get homes or afford a home. Getting a home isn't cheap. And when you get a home, it comes with all sorts of bills. When you get that mortgage, the mortgage will figure out a couple of things, but I don't believe things like water bills and electricity, and we have Con Edison in New York, your gas and electric, that's on top of the mortgage. And like I said, having a house isn't easy, especially with high property tax, high mortgage rates. It takes a lot. So I hear where people are coming from when they're saying they can't afford a house. It's not easy to have a house and manage a house. Like this guy, he forgot to pay his water bill. He must be very busy when you forget to pay your bill. But that is it. So if you know anything more about this, please leave a comment below, because I'd love to read your comments. As always, I hope everyone's doing well, everyone's staying safe. God bless you. God bless this guy. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, guys. Talk to you guys soon.